Okay, so I'm trying to think of. Well, I'm trying to like still. Okay, I'm a visual thinker. I tend to have thoughts as visions, but those visions don't sit still. Um, this way that my mind works is what makes it so difficult for me to produce art that I see in my mind, because nothing I see in my mind, unless it is a real object fixed in third-dimensional time-space, and even then, not always, uh, things in my mind don't sit still is what I think to say, but they don't cease their evolution. They don't stop moving. Okay, so I'm trying to like create a visual like GIF that I can put into words. So, okay, I believe everything happens all at once. Um, the past and the future are as much illusion. It's much easier to think of the future as illusion, but the past is too. And when you realize that, it serves you. Okay, so the present is all that exists, and the present is like a point, or a dot. If you zoom in on that dot, you can see it's a disk. And if you turn that disk to the side and create a reflection, then that disk is touching that other disk, the reflection disk, at a point. And every point along the edge of that disk can touch a point along the edge of the disk that's being reflected, right? So from unity, duality, and then in the third dimension, okay, and every point represents a choice. Okay. So a potential experience. So a potential universe that you can travel to. Okay. So point, zoom, disk, side, that's 2D. 3D, that's a sphere. Sphere has a lot more options, right? A lot more options. However, and I think this is the rub, I don't think that it's infinite. I don't think this is infinite. I think if it was infinite, I couldn't have cracked it. That's what I think. Okay. So time allows us to move from one bubble to the next, depending on the choice that we make. However, without time, well, and space spreads it all out, so there's plenty of room to roll the marbles around, right? And so time time gets all stretched out by space, and then time makes the past seem very real, and then the future seem very fixed, right? Now, okay, so you travel along making all your life decisions, and I mean, and there's this huge grid work of all of the ways that that could play out. However, what you started at, the point you return to. Um, and this is all I can think of now is like the sensation and the visualization that goes along with dissociating from my physical being, having an out-of-body experience, traveling through the astral, and in order to do that and shed the body, you become two-dimensional. And that is a feeling of a simultaneous contraction and expansion. And in that timelessness where you don't need to breathe, in that timelessness, I feel like that's like a fraction of like the Big Bang. And so everything expanded, and we had like all of creation, and then it contracts again as it returns to unity. Okay. So, and this definitely isn't perfect. I've explained the grid work of bubbles before, but like not for a while. And I'm just trying to like get this out before I go to sleep, because my brain is like very buzzy with caffeine and sugar. And honestly, like I think it kind of like it works better that way. My brain is very sluggish. I have chronic Lyme disease, and I think that, that makes my brain less good. Oh, also repeated traumatic brain injuries, but whatever. And okay, so everything happening all at once, right? Like you can like we can look at that like a stack of coins, I guess. If we're in the 2D, then a stack of coins is maybe easier to manage. And we think that we are living our lives one at a time. We think that we have a future life to go to and a past life that we've come from, but we're living all of those concurrently, actually. And so if you consider that, and the stack of coins, although they are separate coins, separate lifetimes, separate minds, separate personalities, they are all in the stack, and the stack is still you. And so theoretically, whatever coin you are in a stack of coins, you can access whatever anything in that stack of coins can access. Now, expand your awareness to realize that Separation of any and all kind is an illusion, because in order to create this experiment, in order to go from unity to the 2D duality, where we have the disc on the mirror, we needed what? The mirror. So duality is an illusion. If we're at holographic illusion in the 2D, you better believe that we're still in a holographic illusion in third density, okay? And so separation is an illusion. You are, we are, I am unified consciousness. And so all of the stacks of coins, other people, other people's lifetimes, that seem like they are not of you, they are still of you. Everything, everyone you experience is still you. And so consider this to be your reality, and tell me how hard it is to read the mind of someone when you know that they are you, when the veil of forgetfulness, when the illusion of separateness is pulled away. Okay? And consider that it is time keeping the coins in the stack of our lifetimes and experiences of this lifetime too, right? It's time that's keeping us separate from those other coins and from those other experiences. And consider that time is an illusion. Time is part of the recipe for the three dimensions, but two-dimensional reality was an illusion. So time is an illusion. And when you consider that time is an illusion, then the separateness that time creates from past lives, from concurrent lives, from future experiences in your lifetime, and from pretty much anything. Like, time is what separates it all out. Time is what allows there to be such a degree of separation, but time is an illusion. So when you realize that, you have access to all the coins in your stack and all the coins that are stacked everywhere, everything. There's nothing really outside of your view or your reach or your control, if power be your predilection. And so quantum leaping, that certainly seems to be the phrase that fits this, what I'm speaking to. And I'm just going to tell you how this works for me and why this works for me. And I guess also why 1111 is a significant number on the clock for me. 1111 is my father's birthday, November 11th. And my father was like integral in my spiritual development, although not a teacher or a guru or leading by example or anything like that, but just his blood, I suppose, just the bloodline, just the choices that he made. Yes, we'll say that. And so I love my father. I did love my father, and 11:11 on the clock, I kept seeing it. It was like, okay, I'm reminded of what I'm doing here with my father. And but also 11:11 on the clock looks like two doorways. It looks like a path that there's a choice before you, right? Looks like two doorways. Okay, so each time I'm on the other side of a door, I have the awareness that I can propel myself through that doorway, free from time, because I truly understand and have the lived experience of, uh, in a very real way, knowing, not just thinking, not imagining, not pretending, but knowing that time and space are illusions. Okay, so it's a powerful thing moving through a doorway, and it's a powerful thing moving through an 11:11 doorway also. Um, and so if every experience that we have is like an encapsulated sphere and it's frozen in time, it repeats forever. It's like a GIF. We have just so many, just tons of these little moments. Like what if it's only every moment that you're present? Still, that's so many little GIFs, okay? And the like that experience reverberates in time, um like as long as time is the standing rule, I suppose you could say. As long as time is in play, that experience remains fixed in time. Now, this is if you've tuned into me before, I say that I don't I don't condone or suggest the use of marijuana to raise vibration. I do not believe that it does. If you are in high vibrations of love, gratitude, happiness, joy, gratefulness, uh, then marijuana lowers your vibration. But if what you want to do is raise your vibration, and your vibration, which it can be, it could be that you are a very low vibrating individual and marijuana does elevate your vibration. That's possible. So my suggestion is to slap the map. Well, this is part of why slapping the map works. If you consciously attune, try to tune in to that always existent orb of experience, that bubble that you experienced it and it forever remains there. Also, it has many iterations, and this is this kind of explains the phenomenon of why every time you access a past memory, you change something in it. You do this subconsciously. This is just part of accessing our memory. We change something in it because we're not accessing our memory. We are traveling to a destination on a map. We know kind of what it looks like, but maybe we go back to the one that was just like slightly different, right? This is this is so this is also going to like be an explanation of the Mandela effect, obviously. And for me, the thing that I think of is my beloved taking my hand and leading me up the stairs to his apartment, his original apartment. And what I was wearing, I know what I was wearing. I was wearing pants. I know that I was wearing pants. I remember it very vividly. I selected the outfit. There's photographs of the outfit. However, when I access this memory and I'm going up the stairs behind him to his apartment for the first time, when I am wheeling around in it as he from the kitchen cut me. Oh, not on the first date. Right, drinking blood on the first date. No, that's a bad thing. Okay. And the throwing star and what can I tattoo? He sticks his tongue out. All of that, as I remember it, I have a skirt on. And like that's just how that works. Like I can work at remembering it correctly, but that's not exactly where my mind goes, okay? So anyway, um the quantum leaping through the doorways. So doorways are portals. Yes, magical, so magical. Um many times in my life, like everything that I'm talking about, these are this I've been like this has been put into practice, like in order to scry remote view read minds, it that is the suspension of the necessary human subscription, but I'm not really a subscriber. I just get it every once in a while. I don't know. Um, to time and space. Okay? But like knowing that those are illusions, like I can just like skirt them. Oh, that's funny because I was just like, haha, skirt. And skirt. And the the thing with the doors is like I've had I guess I've had a hard life and I needed to manifest my own reality in order to survive my life. And that means like shifting dramatically. So I'm moving through a limited human experience, as much of a limited human experience as I can muster, knowing full well that I am God, creator of all this game, and hating myself for it since the age of 5, 1988. And okay, so where was I? Oh, I'm getting sweaty. That's not a good thing. Frankie, what was I talking about? So hard to stay on track. It's talking about doorways. Oh yeah, okay. So anyway, like it's because this is necessary to my survival that it is something that I have. And so like these are traits that like you will probably recognize, like dissociation, um things like things you have in common with people who were abused. Like I don't know, just is what it is. And because I was abused. And so just like remember how I was saying, well, without time and space, you're a coin at the top of the stack here in this lifetime, and there's a coin at the bottom of the stack many, many lifetimes away. Well, you can still access that information should you need to, right? Access those abilities should you need to, right? Okay, so now we're in the spheres, and eschew time and space, dismiss them, just dismiss them well away, and set your intention, and instead of only having access to the experiential bubbles that are adjoining the bubble you're currently in, like you suddenly have access to others, because the just like you didn't have to travel like through all of those lifetimes from the top of the coin stack to the bottom of the coin stack, you just went right there, because when you condense the dimensions, it's one single point where everything happens all at once. Get it? Does that make sense? Does it make sense? I don't know that it makes sense, I haven't, the thing is that like pearls before swine, like no one is worthy. I blow people's minds. There's like no way that I can I don't like you're not ready. You're not ready. You have not been ready. And so I'm not saying these things to you unless I'm just like ready to like risk it all or dismiss you. So generally, if I ever discuss my perceptions of reality from the perspective that I am the creator and the avatar at the same time with any of my peer group or anyone in reality, anyone whatsoever, that person does not recall at all that we had that conversation. And also, sometimes they don't recall that they know me. They don't recall that we met. They don't recall that we have a relationship, because we don't. Because, like, blowing a mind is kind of like exploding a whole universe. and, in order for this simulation to keep rolling forward, um, uh, I needed to not be signing people up to the Evolution of Human Consciousness army, when I was just like a total agent of chaos building an army. Now, some of you remember me from a playground that you didn't go to that school, and a school that you didn't go to that school, and so that playground is Don Bonjour Elementary. That was my playground. And some of you remember me from that space that I created to start building an army. Well, I mean, everything's already been done. That army's already been built. They're at my back now, and it's no contest. So, you can't escape this. You can't avoid this. You can hit the snooze button. You can forget that you know me, and it's a funny thing. So, like, you don't want to know me. Um, And in lieu of just completely like obliterating me from your mind, which is how it very much used to function, there is now the added fun time of um like waking like pulling an NPC, trying to pull an NPC out of the Matrix, turns the NPC into an Agent Smith attacking, but completely like unaware that they are an Agent Smith who's attacking you. Like, that's dissociation for you. That's dissociative identity disorder for you. And um dissociative identity disorder, and the transsexual agenda like makes a lot of sense if you can like realize that you are channeling, you are channeling consciousness into the body, into the third dimension that you occupy now, and you can you can channel all kinds of things. Like we are channelers, we are adept channelers. And if you're reaching outside, like um if you're reaching outside of time and space because fight or flight survival mode has enabled you to utilize your human brain, the like everybody can do what I do. I believe that. I absolutely believe that. Nothing will change my mind about that. That's why I'm so impatient with you. That's why I did not like to consider myself one of you, because it's just so frustrating for me. Um and wait, what was I talking about? I started thinking started thinking I started thinking, and it just it's killing. I'm just thinking about killing. I'm thinking about killing lots of people, thinking about killing lots of people. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That feels good. Okay. And no, seriously, where was I? And like nobody's watching because it's like 6 in the morning, right? And the camera's totally dark. Like, why would anyone watch this? Because the shadow of my hand is so enigmatic, right? um, no, I don't remember what I was saying. Like everything has been done. Like everything has been done, and I don't believe that it is infinite, because I do not believe that time is infinite. Time is finite. It is speeding uncomfortably back to everything happening at once. And I mean, to your awareness, the amount of things that you can become aware of that are happening like in like a minute, that is vastly different than what was possible for like your boomer parents, right? Because you have the internet at your fingertips. Because you can reach so far. Oh, right, I was talking about the transsexual agenda and dissociative identity disorder. Right. So, if you can enable your mind to work optimally like it's supposed to before the powers that should not be dumbed you down, um, then you're reaching into alternate dimensions. And like, what's a really easy alternate dimension? Just the other side of the mirror, where like you're just the opposite sex, right? And and then like, there's just like so many iterations that you have access to. And That's really all I can think. I think that's all I can think to explain right now. It's so weird. It's so weird. Like something I just told you, like this blows people's minds. Like I've been like, if I spoke about this, it blew people's minds. Well, now I guess we can't do that. It just can't, that just can't fly anymore because the internet exists. And this is going to upload, and it's going to be here, and it just won't do to I don't know. Anyway, so like whenever I try to talk about evolution of human consciousness, things like if I cannot get like momentum up, or uh like if I'm not really making good sense, then I'll still be able to do it. And then if I get on the ball and I know what I'm talking about, um there will be like this very visceral experience of like a switch being thrown, like a switch being moved to the off position in my psyche. And this switch, I think, is also a DID switch, and it's something that was installed. And I personally don't trust what that switch is gonna do when I'm just trying to talk about my experience as a kid, as a teenager, as an adult, having these abilities, and living this life in God mode, working miracles, having superhuman strength, the ability to see remotely and read your minds and your souls and control your thoughts and your dreams and everything, and I'm just trying to talk about that, and uh and I just keep thinking about killing people. So I don't exactly trust what that switch is going to do. Like, if I do allow it to switch over and I lose consciousness, well, whether I'm only in the dream realm or whether I switch personalities, and this body in this realm goes and does things that I don't approve of, that doesn't matter to me. Like, I prevent that switch from being thrown. I fight it like you wouldn't believe. In the instance where it's like somebody's pushing a button to shut me the fuck up because I'm talking about evolution of human consciousness and the army that I've already built, and the fact that the game's already over because it was as soon as it was begun, just like the question is answered as soon as it is asked, right? How do I know so much? Have the experience of knowing the answer to like a whole bunch of questions that you ask, just by like allowing yourself to get like walloped by, like, I don't know, a feeling like being like punched by light, I guess. um because the answer comes so hard and so fast, like before you can even like finish forming the question. And it's like, whoa, well, that can't be, because I've been taught that I need to work for answers, and I need to think about my answer. And I was a little kid. I was a little kid. Where on earth am I getting on earth? Where am I getting the concept that my life is but a dream? A very realistic dream that everyone is sharing, and we all believe that it's very real, but I have the very real experience of it not being real, because if I can control what the dream does with my mind, with my thought, with my feelings, with my out of control emotions, oops, didn't mean to break that, burn that, hurt that, kill that, oops. dude, like, you want to have mastery of yourself before you go into God mode. Because one of the things about exercising such a power is that it's far more evident and easy to exert power to destroy than to create. It's just, it's such low hanging fruit to be an agent of chaos. But I did that. I did that to death. I did it to death. Death, yeah. Death is no escape. No, death is a transformation. There's no escaping this fate. And like I said, like, if this is like a really complex tumbler lock, if it was infinite, then I couldn't have cracked it. And how did I crack it? Oh, I think I just like reset the game like so many times. So many times. I'm the shiniest Pikachu. Pika, 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 Pikachu. Ay, 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 ay. Where's my samurai? I've been searching the land all across Japan just to find my samurai. Someone who won't regret to keep me in this net. Yes, I need my samurai. I'm your little butterfly. Green, black, and blue make the colors in the sky. I'm your little butterfly. Green, black, and blue make the colors in the sky. Yeah, 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 yeah. Where's my samurai? I didn't even know why that song sustained me. I liked that it was Smile DK and DK I Live for Dead Kennedys, but I didn't even understand. I mean, there's no point in having a human life on third dimensional Earth if you know absolutely everything. I don't know everything. I wouldn't want to know everything. I love a surprise. Oh my goodness. I had to impose so many limitations in order to have a human experience. I chose this. I chose to be human, to be like you, to be limited. Oh, yeah. Just for old time's sake, the body has to use the restroom. Oh no, no. I I can identify as my body. I certainly didn't do it any favors by having it be a third person, body, mind, and soul. Those were not uh I was just soul and mind, soul and mind. Body? Eh, forget this. I'm ready to blow this popsicle stand. Well, I mean, I guess right now I'm ready to blow minds and blow up. 'Cause I'm the big that's about to bang.